Hey everybody, it's Alex. Welcome back. Hope you guys are crushing it to start this year. Just wanted to give you a little update as to what I've been up to and why I haven't posted in a little while. Over the last 6 months to a year, I've taken a lot of time to listen to a lot of podcasts, read a lot of books, and absorb a lot of information on real estate and about bettering, self-help books and stuff like that. But eventually it's just time to get down and do the work, right? So I feel like I've learned a lot over the last 6 months to a year, but I just want to implement what I've learned. I feel like I got to a point where it was time to take all the information I had absorbed and put it to work and put it to the test. I didn't have much to post about since I was doing the same things I was talking about before, just making a lot of calls, talking to a lot of people, putting a lot of offers out there. That's basically the majority of what real estate is, and I've been doing a lot of that over the last couple months here. I've shifted a little bit from local to virtual over and over again, and this past couple months I have been using Google Ads to target, a few different markets all around the country. The strategy changes here and there whether you're doing local or virtual or closing them this way or that way, but the premise is always the same. Talking to people, getting better at talking to people, getting better at connecting with people, getting better at finding out what their needs are, and then what value you have to be able to solve those needs. So that's the majority of what I've been up to. I just wanted to kind of put things to the test and then share with you guys what's working, what's not, when those things pop up. I'm trying a new way of closing these transactions and helping these sellers, not necessarily wholesaling, but helping them out of the tough spot with a different solution by selling it to a retail buyer. So a lot of the times when we do cash transactions, it's at a very discounted price for the homeowner. And sometimes there's a way to be able to get the homeowner more for the property by selling it to somebody who would get a loan, somebody who would actually live in the property. So I've been learning that process and becoming better acquainted with the value that we can bring when it comes to that. I still connect with people and talk with people every day, but the value that we can provide is much higher than just a cash offer from an investor. So I'm trying that out through Google Ad leads and seeing which sellers I can help in that way. There's a couple under contract that I'd love to share how they worked out if they do get to the closing table. But yeah, that's basically what the last couple months have looked like for me, is just hitting the ground running, taking all that stuff I've read, listened to, and tested out over the last 6 months to a year and really just seeing if it's going to work. There's not much else to talk about other than results or failures. So I can share those as they come up. One of the things I'm struggling with right now, and can also be a success sometimes, is my mindset. I have days where I wake up and I get to work and I kind of get anxious or fearful that maybe this isn't the right thing I'm supposed to be doing. Those thoughts creep in about, if I don't close a deal soon, I'm going to have to mow lawns again this summer, or I'm going to have to start serving tables again. I look at kind of the runway of the business and what's set to close, and you never really know until it's closed. And those thoughts come up sometimes that I'm going to be on a mower in a couple months here if nothing happens. And then there's other days where I wake up super excited and God brings some results and he clearly shows me this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing, Alex. So when those days happen, it's a lot easier. But in the middle of those days, staying consistent and staying obedient through that is what I'm trying to work on. My mindset can go from one extreme to another, sometimes in the same day. But if I'm staying obedient through both of those, staying grounded when things are going great, and then staying motivated and still taking action when the doubt is creeping in and when the fear is creeping in, that's what I'm just trying to work on. Through the highs and lows, doing the same thing. So I think that's very real to a business owner and anybody trying to get after it in life and better yourself. There's going to be days that you feel like this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and God gives you that clarity through results that this is what you're supposed to be doing. But there's also those days that the doubt creeps in, and learning to work through that throughout the day and throughout the week to still be in line with what God wants you to be doing is the key. So I'm figuring out what that means and just want to be honest about that. Through this last couple months, there's been ups and downs for sure, but that's where I'm at. The clarity comes and go, right? When you see results, it's pretty easy to have the clarity that this is what you're supposed to be doing. But when you don't see results, that's your opportunity to trust in God, or at least that's what I'm taking it as for me. That is an opportunity to really stay obedient, still do the action when it doesn't feel great, and still give the results up to God and be totally fine that if He brings the results or not, I'm good. As long as I got my faith in line, my relationships in line, my health in line, all the rest is just a bonus on top of that. So yeah, I'm happy to be where I am today versus where I was a couple years ago. I'm super grateful for that. I'll get into the nitty gritty of the business another time, talk about some deals we're working on, or talking about the Google ads, or talking about running or something like that. But I just wanted to post this video to get it out there and encourage you guys that are maybe in the middle of one of those, that this is super clear, this is what God wants me doing, and then this is doubt that's creeping in, maybe from the enemy or from some opposition, right? But let me know kind of what side of the spectrum you find yourself on most days and how you push through right in the middle to stay obedient through that. I'm open to ideas and would love some tips on that. And if there's any help or encouragement I can give you through those times, that's why I'm making these videos, and I hope that helps. We're all in this together and we're doing our best, and I really appreciate the grace God has given me and the grace you guys give me too. Thank you. Keep grinding. God bless.